Hello and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I am Becky, your yarn host, and today I was tagged in a video by Camille's Creations, and I'm supposed to answer 10 questions about crochet. And so here we go. The first question is, how did you learn to crochet? That's a funny story, actually. I was 10 years old. And we lived in Wyoming, and my dad was a missionary in home missions. And there was a lady that came up for a revival, and I was watching her crochet granny squares. And I sat and watched her for hours and hours, and I wondered, how in the world do you do this? Because she was making, all the multicolored blanket squares, and I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. So she gave me a little scrap of yarn and she said, I don't have another crochet hook. She only brought one with her. And what crocheter does that, honestly? But I travel with multiple. But anyway, she only had one crochet hook and she said, but if you can find something to make you a crochet hook, then I will give you this yarn. So I went and grabbed a hanger out of my closet. Those are old wire hangers. And I started with an old wire hanger and I bent it. My dad helped me bend it so that it would create a hook. And that's how I learned to crochet. So I ran around with that hook, old wire hanger hook, and a ball of yarn that whole summer, I think, until we could get down. We lived 60 miles away from the nearest town that would have yarn, until we could get down off the mountain, because we lived in Wyoming, to get yarn. And so yeah, that was my first endeavor on the yarny journey. The second one is, what's your favorite thing to crochet? Oh wow. Everything. I don't know that I have an actual favorite. I go in spurts. Like in the summertime, I crochet small projects. I never stop crocheting, but I crochet small projects because it's hot and the between your fingers gets sticky when you have yarn. Your hands don't feel right whenever you've got yarn sliding through them. So in the summertime, it's probably small projects, washcloths, clothing. I do like making clothing for plus size women, of course. Blankets, the whole 9 yards. Now in the wintertime, I enjoy making the blankets because I want to be warm. In the fall and the winter, I start putting like squares together for blankets, and I will do scarves and hats and a lot of coats and that kind of stuff. But right now it's going to be small projects, washcloths and little things, keychains or just whatever I can dream up. You've seen a lot of my projects I've been doing here lately because it's hot, and I do small bags and that kind of stuff. Number 3, if you could only use one yarn for the rest of your life, what would it be? All the yarn? Can I answer all the yarn? I don't particularly care for the bigger yarns. I go a lot for the 3 and the 4 weight yarns. I really like bamboo yarn to work with, bamboo cotton blend especially. It's so soft. I like the soft yarns. I would say for a 3 weight, it would be like a bamboo cotton blend. For a 4 weight, it would be, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I love this yarn. I mean, it's what I'm used to. It's my closest store, so probably a 4 weight would be Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn. Premier's 4-weight cotton. We'll just go 3 and 4-weight cotton. Not cotton, 3 and 4-weight yarn. 3-weight bamboo cotton blend. 4 weights acrylic. Soft acrylic. Number 4. What is the weirdest thing you ever made? A skunk cat. And I sold it on Etsy with a beard on it. I was one of the, well, actually, I'm not sure, but I may have been the first one to do bearded hats. And they took off like wildfire. But my bearded hats looked like real beards. Sold them all over the world. But the weirdest one was I had somebody want a skunk hat. And he wanted to be able to have a little pouch in the back of it so that if he raised up the tail, he could put a little dispenser back there to drop little poo bombs on people. I think they were Tic Tacs is what he put in there. But yeah, that was the funnest thing too. I used to have a picture, but I don't have it anymore. But I mean, it had the white stripe down. It had the tail with the white stripe on it. Had a little string that it would raise up, and then it had the beard here, so all you could see was his eyes. It was cool. That was the funniest and the weirdest thing I think I've ever crocheted. But we had a lot of fun with those hats. Number 5. What is something you'll never crochet? I never say never. I'm always the person that they say, can you crochet? And I usually say challenge accepted. I don't know that there's anything that I probably wouldn't crochet. I probably wouldn't crochet anything vulgar, you know, something like that. I'm not into body parts or anything like that, so I probably wouldn't crochet anything body part wise. That's probably it, because everything else I've been challenged probably to crochet. Number 6, where do I get my inspiration? From everywhere. From nature, from architecture, from books and magazines and Pinterest, and just scrolling through things online. And I'll be watching a video or looking at a photo of something, or driving down the road and see a building, and it has a neat texture to it. I'm a texture person, so I see a texture to a building and I'm thinking, instantly in my head, I think, can I crochet something that looks like that? Or can I mimic that in crochet stitches? And it's just a lot of trial and error for me. But a lot of my inspiration comes from the outside world, from what I'm seeing everywhere. I never stop looking at things as if, can I crochet something that will be a beautiful piece of artwork? Or I don't really consider myself an artist, but will be a beautiful blanket or a beautiful shawl. Or I don't wear shawls, but I can crochet them. I have done it for a lot of people. Or a beautiful hat, or, just, I get my inspiration from everywhere. Number 7, favorite thing you've made so far this year. That right there. That's my favorite thing. I've made 2. And this right here, it's actually a piece of one of the jackets that I've made, but it's the cardigans that I've made. Those are my favorite things that I've made this year. I made 3 of this one right here. I made 3 different colored ones of that. I made 2, which they're both sitting right there, 2 of those. So yeah, my cardigans are my favorite things I've made this year. I will, and I'm putting up another tank top as soon as I get, not a tank top, but just a pullover. I would call it a cover up. And it's sitting right over here, but I've got another one in the works in the other room, so trying to get a video for you guys, but it's the clothing I've made. That's my favorite thing this year. Number 8. Crochet plans you're excited about for the future. As far as my channel goes, I'm excited for the future of my channel because I want to put on more plus size women clothing. I want to do more blankets. I want to do more tutorials versus the stitching tutorials. I want beginners to be able to do this channel as well as advanced, and I want to do the I want to make my channel both advanced friendly and beginner friendly. So I'm trying to blend both, because I consider myself, after 47 years, and that will tell you my age, after 47 years of crocheting, I consider myself an advanced, not an advanced beginner, I'm an advanced crocheter. I like the challenge. If you can't tell, that blanket in the beginning of my videos, that was a challenge, and it took me about 3 weeks to do that blanket. So most people it takes a year, and that's a king size blanket. So, you know, I like challenges. So we'll see how I can challenge you guys. That's what I'm excited about, is for everybody to get out of their comfort zone and just realize that crochet is just one stitch at a time. And it's nothing more than just one stitch at a time. And when you get out of your comfort zone and you think, well, I can do just this one stitch, and if I can't do it, all I have to do is take it out and try again. You watch me do that on video almost on a daily basis. It's like, I don't follow patterns. I know how to do them because I've done them for so long, and I don't normally follow patterns. It's like, okay, this is what I think we should do, and this is how I think we should do it. Now, the blanket was a pattern. That's a very, very challenging thing for me to do, because everything I do is, I don't, I don't follow patterns. I change them. I always have to change them to make them fit me, because they're not big enough, or I'm too tall, so I have to add here, subtract there. So I'm always changing a pattern anyway, and I thought I might as well just make them fit my body and teach people how to make clothes fit their body and help people do that. That's the challenge that I'm most excited about. Okay, so the worst thing about crochet is number 9. If I can be real honest with you, the worst thing about crochet is there's not enough time in the day. I want to crochet everything all day, every day. My worst thing about crochet is that when I was production crocheting, I hurt my arm, and there's a muscle right here in your arm, right here. And whenever I crochet too long, it hurts right across here. And so I can't crochet all the time when I want to. There's sometimes I have to rest that muscle, because it's almost like a tennis elbow, but it's up in the middle of my shoulder. So, you know, that's the worst thing about crochet, is that muscle hurts a lot. and my hands get tired, but not like you would think they would. I have rheumatoid arthritis and lupus, and you would think that with my rheumatoid arthritis, my hands would hurt a lot, but they don't. And it's probably because my rheumatoid doctor said crochet was the best thing for me and that I should never stop crocheting because it helps with your dexterity of your fingers. So I've never stopped. I was diagnosed in my 30s, and yeah, I have never stopped. I don't know if there's anything bad about actual crochet. I can't get all the yarn I want. That's a bad thing. But yeah, and I have plenty of yarn. And number 10, my favorite thing about crochet, it takes me away from the stress of life. It relaxes me. It keeps my mind going. I am one that has to have a challenge. I have to be doing something all the time. And so whenever I take it everywhere. So when I'm in the car, I crochet. Whenever I'm visiting somebody, I crochet. Whenever I go anywhere, I have crochet with me. So it also, it's so relaxing for me. And when I get anxious or I have anxiety, which I don't normally because I crochet all the time, but if there's something that's going on in my life and I'm stressed about something, like this health problem that I have going on, I will take the crochet to the doctor's office. I have to have the stress test and the echocardiogram. Monday's the echocardiogram. I will take the crochet to the doctor's office. They know I'm in there just a crocheting away. And they are amazed because they have taken my blood pressure and it's high because I'm anxious. And I sit and I crochet for a minute and talk to them while I'm crocheting, and they'll take it again and it's gone way down. So they're like, wow, crochet really does relax you. And it does. And that's a good thing for me. So now I have to tag some other people. So we will figure out how to do that because I'm new at YouTube and I don't know how to tag anybody. So I will figure out how to tag people, and we will go from there. But that was fun. I enjoyed that. And they gave me a video, so that's a good thing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a little blip into my life, as if you don't already get to see me. And if you guys have questions or you want questions answered, just contact me. My email should be below. And I think it's a Linktree, and that goes to everything that I'm doing. So you can go on to Linktree, and then it'll go back to my email address. But if you don't want to go to Linktree, my email address is RebeccaKayCrochet@gmail.com. And y'all have a good one. Like, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 200. Haven't quite made it yet. So I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.